This is the brand new Motorola Razr Ultra phone. I'm going to show you what comes inside the box. I'll take a first up close look at the hardware itself, and then I'll boot it up and set it up for the first time and show you what that looks like. Tack it before you wreck it. What's up, geeks? We're taking a first look at this brand new phone from Motorola. There's actually 3 new phones from Motorola in 2025. The Motorola Razr, the Motorola Razr Plus, and then the creme de la creme, the Motorola Razr Ultra. This one's got the 4-inch screen on the outside. It's got the Snapdragon 8 Elite mobile platform chip on the inside. That's the one that powers all the AI stuff. In fact, this Ultra phone has a dedicated AI button on the outside as well. In addition to that, it's got 3 50-megapixel cameras, including the selfie camera. This thing is stacked and loaded. This is the highest end flip phone out from Motorola this year. So without further ado, let's get this thing over to the table and get the Motorola Razr Ultra unboxed. Here it is, brand new in the box. You're going to open it up for the first time along with me. You can see it's got that iridescent Razr Ultra on the front, Motorola logo on the top, 2025 on the bottom. So you know this is the newest model. Your barcode's on the bottom, Motorola logo on the left side of the box here, same iridescent look. It says plastic-free packaging on the side, got to be eco-friendly. Razr Ultra on the top there, 5G in the other corner, includes Razr Ultra 2025, cable, guides, and SIM tool. That's what's inside the box. You've got some logos here, Dolby Atmos, Snapdragon logo, Corning Gorilla Glass logo. You've got a high-res audio wireless logo, and then a couple of Pantone logos for the color from the screen. Got my trusty knife. I'm going to slice open the sticker seals. All right, first we've got, looks like a little packet with some stuff in it, so I will yank that out. You can see though, it looks like it says the cable and the documents are inside there. More plastic-free packaging promotion, and this one pulls out with a little tab. There's the phone. I'll pop that out of the box. The rest of the box is empty. Not a lot going on here, just 2 items when you first open the box up. And this is that little packet. Again, it looks like it's just cable and instruction manual. All right, so here's the cable, and it is just USB-C to USB-C, pretty much what we're used to seeing in all these packages now. It is not a branded cable, no Motorola logo. A very slim instruction manual. Looks like just basically a quick start guide. It does have a QR code on there for more information, but it tells you what the buttons are, what each component on the phone does. It's got a little info on the back, and that's it. Here's your legal document, just the legal, safety, and regulatory information, and that's pretty much it there. And finally, that little SIM ejector tool, a very basic metal SIM ejector tool if you're using a physical SIM. So here's the phone wrapped up in a plastic protective paper. You've got indication of the AI button there on the left, power button on the right, Motorola logo, Razr Ultra on the back. Look at this. Do not remove the pre-installed screen protector as it will just damage the display. These things come with screen protectors installed. It would be hard to do it yourself. It's nice they do it at the factory, but don't take it off. And yeah, that's about it. Let's pull the paper off. I feel like I'm unwrapping a chocolate bar. But there it is, guys, the Motorola Razr Ultra. And you can see that screen protector. If you look really, really close, it's installed perfectly right up to the edge. I wish every screen protector I ever had was installed at the factory because they do a perfect job compared to what I do. But look at that screen. You can barely even see that fold there, and it has a really nice feel to it when you close this. Gosh, look at that. There is a slight indication of where that crease is, but I bet once you turn on the screen, you probably won't see much of that at all. They say the actual hinge is made out of titanium, the strongest hinge they've ever done yet. Volume up, down, your power button right there on the right-hand side of the phone. On the bottom, you got a SIM slot. You've got USB-C. You've got a little speaker slot there. I'm sure one of these holes is for the microphone. On the left-hand side, you've got the additional button. That's the AI button for Motorola's AI tool. And you've got a couple of more holes here, more holes on the top as well. Again, probably some microphones, maybe some air holes. And you've got your beautiful back here. Look at that, guys. Look at that wood back. Here's the cameras, 50 megapixel cameras. Both of the cameras on the back are 50 megapixels. And you've also got a flash there. There's likely some sensors hidden underneath the glass there as well. But again, that back, it is made out of wood. It's got the gold accents. I'm telling you, this thing looks and feels just initially premium. And it should for the price tag here, but it really feels like this is their high-end model. They did a good job of kind of upping the game. I like that Razr logo with that gold accent. Again, very cool. Matches the metal outside of the phone itself, which is also that gold accent color. Listen to that. Satisfying click when it closes. And this is that hinge that I'm talking about. Again, it feels initially solid. Listen. That's it kind of clicking open and then snapping shut. It clicks open. Yeah, it's hard to explain in a video here, but I'm telling you, it has this feeling that's very reassuring compared to some of the early flip phones. It almost kind of, once it gets close to being open, it springs open, and when it shuts, it just has that satisfying close to it. All right, holding down the power button, I'm going to get this thing powered up so we can take a look at the setup process on the Razr Ultra. On first boot, you get this Hello Moto graphic, so I'm going to hit next. It wants me to set it up using another device. I'm not going to do that. Of course, it's going to ask me to connect to my Wi-Fi, which I'll do with my Wi-Fi code. Once connected to Wi-Fi, it's getting my phone ready. Some of this looks like traditional Android setup screens. This is a little bit different. It's got some Motorola-specific settings here. I'll select Optimize Battery Use because I do like that setting, but just some basic settings as you move forward in this setup process. And now it's jumping to an update. Right off the bat, it's applying some updates. Oddly enough, after the update was done, it takes me back to the same setup screens I had initially. So I'll go through those again. It says getting your phone ready, privacy and security, same screen I had before. So I'll go ahead and leave those settings as they were and hit continue. And now it's getting my phone ready again. All right, checking network info to see if you have a SIM card or a data connection of some sort. Okay, of course it's asking me to sign in with my Google account, which I will do. Once Google's signed in, it's going to gather some of that account info and bring it into the phone. Now it wants to connect to a mobile network. I'm going to skip that because I don't have a SIM card on me right now. It's asking me for a PIN. I'll skip that as well. I don't want to set up a fingerprint. I don't want to copy my apps or data right now. This is the Google Services menu. Do you want to allow Google to use your info, scanning and whatnot? I will proceed. And then do I want to back up things? I want to hit no on this device. And do you want to continue setup? I do. All right, let contacts nearby find and share with you. This is a new feature of the new version of Google. I will accept that. It's asking me if I want to install additional apps. I'll hit OK. All right, now a Motorola page basically saying, hey, do you want us to send you emails? I will accept that. Oh, look at this. Another warning about the screen protector. Whatever you do, do not peel the screen protector off. If you do, you've been warned. This is about protecting your Razr, about the waterproof factor and magnets near your phone, etc., etc. Good stuff to know if you're carrying this thing around and you don't want to damage it. Oh, this is kind of interesting. So it's giving you two different navigation options. Do you want to use buttons like here or gestures? You can even reverse the buttons depending on which preference you have. Now, Android offers a lot of this, but it doesn't normally offer this to you in setup when you first set the phone up. I'll leave it at gestures, but I like that it gives you the option. You can also set your theme, light, dark, or transition. I will set it to light on this phone just for the sake of this video. And it says, hello, Moto. Our custom software is designed for you. So here's your different options once you kind of get into the Motorola stuff, and kind of interesting here. So let's go into Razr tips. This just looks like kind of a guide to take you through all the different features and whatnot on the phone itself. What's it got? The Moto app. Let's go into the Moto app. Looks like you got to maybe log into this, personalize your phone. Let's bump out of that for a second. And now we'll get to the home screen. Wow, okay, here's the home screen, guys. So I can get back to that Motorola stuff and play with that further if I want, but this looks very vanilla Android, and that's not a huge surprise. Okay, it wants me to activate with a Moto account. Of course it does. Motorola, Samsung, y'all want my specific account. Okay, that's the AI button. So I push the AI button. I bet it's going to make me log in. Oh, I can change what the AI button does. So you can double press or press and hold. Right now I've got the press and hold set to Moto AI, so I'll leave that. You could change that to no action, but you can't change it to Google, which is kind of interesting, kind of a bummer. So this is what it does when you press and hold it. Introducing Moto AI. Let's see here if I hit next. Tells you some of the things it can do. It's gonna make me log in, right? It's gonna want my Motorola login, I'm guessing. Has to. Oh wow, look at that. Perplexity and Copilot are incorporated into Moto AI. So I wonder if those are doing most of the lifting, but Microsoft Copilot integrated into a Google phone AI system. So interesting. And there we go, it's trying to get me to sign in. But again, back to what I was saying before, very vanilla Android, love to see that. Motorola not messing with things too much, but also adding their own little touch. Let me jump out to the front of the phone here, guys. This is that front screen that, of course, is so cool on this Motorola Razr Ultra because it's huge. It covers almost the entire front of the phone itself, and you can tap here to get notifications. It's kind of walking me through how to do different things here. Swipe down for your quick settings. This is all, again, just a little demo. You can swipe up to go back, swipe left to navigate. Yeah, this is all different than what you're probably used to, so it's nice that it gives you a little walkthrough, a little demo, tap, jump. So let's get that out of the way. Tap to jump into a specific app. So I have different apps that I'm running on this outside screen, and I think there we go. Yeah, there's my apps, or my different pages, I should say. If I hold my finger down, it should let me, rearrange them. That's cool. Very cool. Here we go. See all my different pages. So you've got different pages with different apps, widgets, and whatnot on there. If I jump into like Google Photos, for example, it wants me to log into my Google Photos account, which I can do, and then it brings up your photos. I mean, some apps will work full bore on the outside here. The camera app, of course, works full bore. See that little icon? Look at that. You double flip your wrist. This is something that Motorola introduced way back in the day. I think it was when Google owned them originally, back before Lenovo bought them. But you can double flip your wrist and it goes into the camera. And I will say it's not working great in my demo here. But in my usage in the past, once you get used to it, it's such a nice feature to open up the camera without touching a single button. So I do like that. But yeah, you've got a lot of apps here. Look at this. This is a game, Marble Mayhem. Oh, this is cool. This is like a roller game. The perfect game for the outside screen of your phone, right? Because you've just got the phone sitting there in your hand and you roll that marble around using the accelerometer to get it to the end to win this game. Super, super cool, and just a really smart usage of this outside screen. Yay, level 1 complete. I like how the confetti was shooting out of the little camera hole. And notice the end of the game, the end of the board is the camera hole too. Nice job, guys. Nice little simple game written for this phone specifically. So I zoom out, see how I pinch to zoom out, and I can go into the games page. They've got some more games in here. I'm assuming a lot of these were designed specifically for this outside screen. This is cool, kind of a simple little scooter game, works with your finger there. So if I've got the text messaging app open on the outside and I open the phone, it goes right into the text messaging app. And if it closes, you can jump right back into that app, or you can go back to your home screen. You have a couple different options. Kind of cool how easy they make it to jump back and forth between those screens. One of the things that I love about these flip phones is that you can see your notifications, clear your notifications without having to ever open up the phone. It makes me open my phone and use my phone a little less.
Will the price scare you away? It's a sweet phone, there's no question about that, but this thing comes in at $1,300. The Motorola Razr Ultra is almost double the price of the entry-level Motorola Razr in this 2025 series. The question is it worth the extra money? That's up to you. Comment below. I've got a full review coming soon, and I'd love to know what you guys want to see. Do you want to see a full review? Do you have specific questions? Do you want to see the Motorola Razr and the Razr Ultra side by side, comparing the entry-level model versus the high-end model? I can do all of that, guys. I got a lot more videos coming here on my channel. I'll read every single comment. I'll comment back, and make sure you subscribe to my channel. That helps me grow here on Tech It Before You Wreck It. I'm Kirk.